Francisco 49ers.
Winter is just around the corner as you get a look at Highmark Stadium just south of Buffalo, New York. Turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They start the drive with Cook. Through the middle of the field. Inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The 49ers getting ready to go on offense, and it's the Pro Bowler Brock Purdy at the helm in his 3rd NFL season now out of Iowa State.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. Down the left sideline. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the 49ers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Moody good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Allen. Coleman has it here right side. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. You look at this Niner defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. So this drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And his throw here is incomplete. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Purdy's throw complete here to Ayuk. A big play there for the Niners. And a very appropriate gain as well, 49 yards.
And you'll find some version of this play in just about every playbook in the NFL. It's an X-post cross. So on play action, you let the X receiver get downfield and start working right to...
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk from a yard out. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Moody good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. You look at this Niner defense. Now they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
To throw, it's Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down. Allen now looks to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down. Well, this defense for the Niners, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Here's Allen. And this is Cook with the grab. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Third down and 6. Allen going to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Niners set to take over on offense. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers. Now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. On play action, Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Javon Hargrave has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage. But right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
You know I love football. You know I love the game.
I hope so.
But nighttime in December, you know I'm wearing multiple coats. So I just wonder about the guys on the field with all the great gear that they have. Do they have enough on, or do they have too much on? Because sometimes that can affect you trying to carry the ball.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down. So do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility. But now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because...
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing here, Purdy. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Niners have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So that drive, 4 plays, and it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with the touchdown reception. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now. Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Allen. To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here. They'll try again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. Here's Guerrero. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Isaac Guerrero punching it in from a yard away. And the 49ers take a 3-touchdown lead. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Out of the end zone comes Johnson, powering his way forward. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine. I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Has his man. It's Shakir. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From midfield, here's Allen. This one complete to Coleman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 111 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. On first down, Allen firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Here's Allen to throw it. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bills get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this. But you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Purdy now on 2nd down. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And with the way things have gone so far tonight, I figured this was going to be a touchdown because he's wide open. But instead, the ball's laid out just a bit too far, and they come up empty.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Purdy off the play fake. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey, a pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Purdy looking to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bills will take over here just shy of the 30. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one was accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we have come to halftime, and what's already a 2-touch. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 3. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. First carry now for the LSU alum, Ty Davis-Price. Terrell Bernard is in on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now a 3rd and 6. Play action. Now Purdy. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game.
Now Sean McDermott going to throw out the challenge flag. Up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. On 4th down, here's Purdy. The 20. Oh, he's going to have the first down and then more. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 45 yards. And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder to start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he's going to be touched down here. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved.
Touchdown, 49ers! George Kittle, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Niners take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Moody good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnover.
And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he is going to have a Niners first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. A familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
The extra point try now for Moody.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
131 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10.
Shakir holds it in.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Allen looks to throw on second down. That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. His fifth catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Fred Warner, the all-pro linebacker, there on the stop. This is 2nd and 8. To the air, Allen, and that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without it.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Javon Hargrave, his second sack of the night.
So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. The kick by Bass is good.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Purdy now to throw.
This will be caught. It's Samuel.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Deebo Samuel
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The end result, 21 yards. taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Allen's throw is complete, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now Allen. Samuel bringing in the slant. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23. Throwing on first down is Allen. This taken in by Kincaid. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And again, it's Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And CD, they just have, and we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and those are going to at least. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And some room to work. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The 71 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Matt Milano, an all-pro last year, in on the tackle.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey.
And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
On 1st down, Purdy being chased out left. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Purdy. Flushed out right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for San Francisco, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Bills, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.